On February 28th, an airstrike launched amidst the joint US-Israeli war on Iran targeted the Good Tree School in the city of Minab in the south of the country, killing around 165 people, most of them girls between the ages of 7 and 12. This horrific crime did not stop many self-proclaimed feminists from celebrating what they framed as an emancipatory mission in the name of women's rights, as Israel and the US rained hell down on Iran. As a gender studies scholar and a feminist from Lebanon, I reject this whitewashing of imperial violence in the name of women's rights. I reject the idea that we need to be killed in order to be freed. The United States and Israel do not care about the women of Palestine, Iran, and Lebanon, whom they regularly kill, maim, and displace, whom they regularly rob of their loved ones, partners, children, and relatives alike. We must refuse the idea that women can be liberated at the barrel of an imperialist gun, or that these criminal rogue states are committed to this liberation in the first place. As feminists, we must refuse our co-optation in the service of imperialism and settler colonialism. Importantly, we must respond to invocations of gender-based oppression in the Middle East by those thirsty for war with a resounding "so what?" That is no excuse for war. That is no excuse for murder. That is no excuse for imperialist and settler colonial violence. We do not need to defend our people from charges leveled by those who are brutalizing them. When I think of what it means to be a feminist, I think of the southern Lebanese woman who stood with her arms outstretched in the face of an Israeli tank in January 2025, claiming her land from an army refusing to retreat from it, risking death to fight for what's hers. When I think of what it means to be a feminist, I think of the Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Akleh, assassinated by Israel for daring to document its oppression of her people. I think of Palestinian legal scholar Professor Nadira Shalhoub-Kevorkian, arrested in Jerusalem and abused in detention for daring to speak out against the genocide in Gaza. When I think of what it means to be a feminist, I think of Iranian women like those of the Feminists for Jinnah collective, who refuse to allow their oppression to be instrumentalized in the service of death, who insist that the stand for life is to stand against the imperial violence of the joint US-Israeli killing machine. I hope we will see more feminists condemn the annihilatory imperialism waged in their name and with their tax money, and I hope the women's rights discourse that so many use to excuse US and Israeli crimes will come to be seen as pathology rather than morality. I hope Western feminists will take responsibility for what has become of their cause. Thank you.